how to change your husband, spouse, boyfriend, man, booty call in 3 steps. So I know what you might be thinking, and just hear me out, okay? If you're at a point in your relationship where you're feeling it's one-sided, where you're doing more, where you're being more, where you are acting out of love more, and they've kind of just given up, but you still love them and you want them to change, there are ways in which you can influence the relationship, and we're gonna talk about that. But first, what I would like to talk about is how not to change a man, because I don't want you guys to get confused about what it means to change somebody. Really, you want to influence somebody so that they feel inspired to change themselves. 3 ways in which you don't change man. 1, nagging. Absolutely the worst thing that you can do. That means repeating yourself over and over and over again the same exact way at intervals over time, and just even being sarcastic and telling him, well, you said you were going to do this, and da-da-da-da-da, and start arguments over something that could be very trivial. And oftentimes the trivial things are indicative of things that are underneath. However, we're starting to clean things up at this point. So nagging is a no-no. Step number 2, ultimatums. If you don't do this, I'm gonna do that. Retaliation. Absolutely don't want to do that either. This is creating a sense of fear in them that you don't want to base your relationship off of. You don't want them to be walking on eggshells around you because you've been threatening them to get something done in order for you to feel loved. We absolutely don't want to give ultimatums, especially in the context of trying to influence their behavior rather than just leaving altogether. And the 3rd way, I know I said that nagging was the worst thing, but this one's actually the worst thing, is you don't want to follow through with the ultimatums and then gaslight them by saying, well, you made me do that because you didn't change in time. I can't even begin to tell you how terrible that plan is. You don't want to be initially even giving the ultimatum, but following through and then blaming them for what happened is also something that you don't want to go through. You made a choice, you gave the ultimatum, you stuck to it, set a boundary, they didn't follow through. You don't blame them now and say, well, you made me do it. And I'm saying this in the context of like, you are doing it as a way to control them. Like you followed through with the ultimatum, but then you're going to retract it because then they see that there's actual consequences to their behaviors. Now, if you make an ultimatum and you leave, then you stay gone the end. You don't even say, hey, this was your fault. You just go. But that's another conversation. So now that we've established the things that we're not going to do in order to be able to influence our partners, let's talk about some of the things that we are going to do in order to better our relationship from our side of the street. 1, communicate effectively. A lot of people aren't motivated to budge if they don't know what they're going to get out of it. Now, you might just be thinking, well, this is my partner. He should just know and he should just want me to be happy. That's not how people operate. Sometimes people need to know how to do something. They need to know why they're doing it. And they need to know in order to be able to execute it so that you feel that love. And they need to know all of this information so that they can see the impact that it actually has on you, rather than just giving them a task that they think is ambiguous, that they think is just fluff. So coming from a place of clear, effective communication. So here's an example. Saying, can you help out around the house? That's very vague. What does that mean? Does that mean clean the bathroom? Does that mean do all the chores? Does that mean pay the bills? Does that mean fix the light fixtures that's been broken for 2 months? Coming from a place of effective communication means giving them the instructions that they need in order to be able to actually execute it. Instead of saying, can you help around the house? You could say, on Saturday, I would like to clean the house. Do you think that you can help me with taking out the trash, doing the laundry, and cleaning up the kids' rooms? It gives them a way to actually have concrete tasks that they can do and that they can achieve, rather than setting them up for failure. And I just want to clarify that this is an iterative process, okay? That means that you're gonna have to do this over and over again. One time that you do it doesn't mean that that instruction, that dialogue is going to apply to every single Saturday. That just means that, hey, this Saturday, this is what I would like to see happen. I would like a clean house, and that they can execute it. A follow-up conversation would be to have something where you have agreements, where every weekend I would like to clean the house, or every month or every quarter we do a deep clean, or whatever it is that you want to set up for your household, but having the agreement that this is what we do in this household, rather than an expectation of, well, this is how I want to live, so you got to jump on board. And through this conversation, you can find out what are their objections, what are their limits, what are their boundaries, what are they capable of doing. I know for me, I like to reset the house every night, and expecting my husband to do that every night, he's gonna be like, no, I just don't see what's the need for it. So we would clash. However, when we do clean, it's a deep clean, and I actively ask him to participate, and I tell him, hey, this is what I need help with, this is what I would like to see done. Step number 2, keep a scorecard. Oh, I know I just said don't keep a scorecard in number 2 of the things not to do, but the scorecard I'm talking about right now is a positive scorecard. What are the things that they are proactive about? What are the things that they are intuitive about? Where do they help? Where do they carry the load? Where is it that they are carrying the majority of the weight versus you're carrying the majority of the weight? What is it that they do that inspires you? What is it that they do to show you that they love you? Maybe in their own love language that you're not really picking up on. And this is a plug for learning what the love languages are, but coming from a place of, hey, this person does do X, Y, and Z, rather than focusing on they don't do A, B, and C. We can easily get bogged down with things that they're not doing, that we stop focusing on the things that they are doing. And we always want to come from love and compassion whenever we are having these difficult conversations with our partner. Always keeping a mental scorecard of the things that they are giving to you. Maybe they're great with the children. Maybe they cook and you do the dishes. Maybe they always prioritize you and your family over their friends. Start to look at your partner through the lens of what it is that they are contributing rather than what they're holding back. That shift in energy actually makes them want to do more. And the third step is to communicate effectively when they fall short. Again, this is an iterative process. That means it's going to happen over and over and over again, and you learn every time that it happens. You're not going to come up with a concrete plan from day one and execute it perfectly, and then everything is just going to be happy and amazing and perfect. That's just not how it works. Let's say with the whole cleaning your house. I don't know why I'm stuck on cleaning the house right now, but let's just do the whole cleaning the house exercise here. You tell your husband, can you help me clean the house this weekend? But he falls short because there weren't clear directives. Okay, so the next weekend, hey, this weekend I would like for you to help me clean the house. That means do the dishes, that means vacuum, that means clean the kids' room. Great, but he leaves it till Sunday night when you just want to relax. Okay, so the following weekend, hey love, on Saturday morning I would like to get up early so that we can clean. That means do the dishes, that means vacuum, that means clean the kids' rooms. Do you think that you can help me with that? And he'll say, actually, I don't want to get up early Saturday morning. Maybe we could do it Saturday afternoon. Okay, great. And now you have an agreement that you both can work on. Now, following Saturday comes and he does the dishes and he vacuums, but he doesn't clean the room. You could tell him at that point, hey, we agreed that you were going to do the kids' rooms. Can you please explain to me what happened there? He's like, well, I think the kids should really be cleaning their room. Now you guys have an ongoing dialogue rather than you told me you were going to do this, you said that you were going to do that, and you didn't do it, and you fell short, and this becomes a point of discussion. And I just want to highly advocate for the feedback wheel. I'm going to throw the link of the feedback wheel down at the bottom here. That is an important tool, and it's so powerful too that it really gets you to communicate effectively to your partner so that it creates less chaos and it really brings out the best in them. And 4, I know this is a little bonus one, encourage his proactive side. Whenever he does do something proactive, say thank you, that made me feel very loved right now, or something to that effect. Use your own words. But really acknowledge when he's trying, really acknowledging when he's doing the things that do make you feel loved. Again, it's going to inspire him to want to give you more, do more, be more. And who doesn't want that in a relationship? In conclusion, you can't force somebody to change, but you can influence how they show up for you by communicating, keeping a positive scorecard, and really advocating for yourself when things are falling short, but in a strategic way. The relationship will get better because you got better. So tell me, which way are you gonna go? The nagging ultimatum way or the loving kindness way? Love you guys. Don't go anywhere just yet. I'm a manifestation coach. Would you like to be coached by me for free on my podcast? Or are you a super interesting coach that would like to be interviewed by me on my podcast? The applications for that are in the description below. In the meantime, check out these other videos too, okay? Love you guys. Bye.